Hi students, welcome to today's video. Yesterday we have learned if-else-if ladder. So in this video we are going to discuss one program related to if-else-if ladder and nested if statement. So students, here you can see the program 9.11 in page number 177. Okay, so in this program we need to give or we need to insert student name, class, roll number and marks of 5 subject to this program. Then we need to compute the total mark, percentage and grade as per the following table. So the input of this program will be student name, student class, roll number and marks for 5 subjects. Then using formula we need to find the total mark and percentage. Then according to this table we need to find grade of the student. If the student's percentage is greater than 90, see it's written here, if the student's percentage is greater than 90 he will get A. If it is 95, 91, 92 or equal to 90 then also he will get grade A. If the student age is equal to 70 or less than 70, okay, sorry, if the student's percentage is less than 90 or greater than or equal to 70 he will get B grade, and if less than 70 or greater than or equal to 50 he will get C grade. If the percentage is less than 50 and greater than or equal to 40 he will get D. Otherwise means the condition otherwise will be the marks, the percentage will be less than 40. Okay, 40 includes in the D grade. If the student's percentage is 40, okay, he will get D grade. If it is less than 40, maybe 40, 39.9, so he will get the grade A. So this is the program, this is the question that we need to create the program. So for the sake of simplicity I already made a program and compiled also. Okay, so in this program these are the input: student name, student class, then roll number, mark 1, mark 2, mark 3, mark 4 and mark 5. Okay, so why I have created st class for the student class? Because class is a keyword, so we cannot declare the class as a variable. Okay, that's why I added st underscore. So when we execute main method, these all variables will get values that I will show you. Then then we need 3 more variables: total mark, percentage and grade. Why total mark? To find the sum of M1, M2, M3 up to M5. Okay, the percentage we need to find out, then only we can find the grade. Okay, so to find for percentage or to store percentage value we have declared another variable percentage. Then to assign grade we need to find grade using this program. So to assign grade we need a character variable which is grade. Okay, then this is the formula to find the total mark equal to M1, M2, M1 plus M2 plus M3 plus M4 plus M5. Then similarly percentage is equal to total mark divided by 500 into 100. So all this you know. Then students, see if the percentage, based on the value of percentage we are going to find out grade, corresponding grade. Suppose if the percentage is 85, okay, so 85 we can take the first condition, greater than or equal to 90. 85 is not greater than 90, actually less than 90. So we can check the second condition, greater than or equal to 70. So 85 is greater than 70, less than 90. So both conditions satisfies. Percentage which is 85 is greater than 70 and less than 90. So the student get B grade. Okay, then how can we write the condition? if percentage greater than 90. Okay, so compiler will check what is the value of percentage. 85. Okay, so 85, the condition will be like this: 85 greater than or equal to 90. So what is the output of this expression? It will be false, isn't it? 85 is not greater than 90, so this condition is false. So grade A will not assign to the variable grade. Okay, so this statement will be skipped. And when this condition is false, okay, so means we can check the second condition. So this is the second condition. It is checking percentage greater than or equal to 70. So definitely 85 is greater than 70. Okay, isn't it? 85 is greater than 70, so this condition will become false. Sorry, true. 85 greater than 70 will be true. So the grade B will be copied, the value B will be copied to the variable grade. Okay, isn't it? Then the remaining all these two statements including else will be skipped because we got this statement, this condition as true. So we can execute the corresponding body which assigning grade equal to B. Then what happens? The remaining all these statements skipping, then executing the next statement. Next statement is 26th one. So it will print value of student name, student class, roll number, marks, total marks, percentage and grade. So here we are using the corresponding variables. To print student name, we are using name variable, then class, st class. To print roll number, to print mark, the sum of all these marks, sorry, not the sum, the individual marks will be represented here. Then to find the sum of the mark, we are using total mark. Then to find percentage, we are printing percentage value. Then to find grade, we are printing grade value. Okay, so students, so when all these values, all these variables will get values during the execution, just before the execution. So this is the program. Then see, string name, string class, int roll number, int m1, int m2, int m3, m4 and m5. So we need to give each value, we need to give value for each of these variables. The first one is string name, so we can give a name. So this is a string value, so definitely we need to use double quotes. The value must be in double quotes. So we can give a name Harry. Okay, Harry Potter. Okay, then string class. Okay, string data type, then class we need to give. So that is a string value, so definitely we need to use double quotes. So let it be in 10th class. Then int roll number will be 12. Okay, then mark 1, mark 2, mark 3, mark 4, mark 5, that any value we can give. 98, 99, 95, 94 and 91. Okay, so these are the from this 99 to 91 are the marks. So after clicking OK, the program should execute. The program should execute and should give the value. Okay, we are going to click OK. So see, it is printing student name Harry Potter, class, roll number, max, total marks, then marks, percentage and grade A. See how the student got grade A, how Harry got grade A, because the mark percentage is 95.8. So as we learned from this table, see, we can understand greater than or equal to 50, percentage greater than or equal to 50, A grade. See, student marks percentage is greater than or equal to 90, so that's why got A grade, isn't it? We can execute once again. We can give Harry again. So this time I am not giving in double quotes, so we can see what will happen. Okay, both Harry and X should be in double quotes, then only this program will work. So we can see which kind of error it will arise. So roll number will be 12, mark will be 50, then 32, then 40, then 45, finally 41. Okay, so definitely this student will get another grade. So this Harry and X should be in double quotes. Okay, see, it is showing empty variable. So what we want to do, we need to insert double quotes. Okay, then X is also in double quotes. See what it is printing. Printing student name, class, roll number, then marks of 5 subject, then total mark, then marks percentage 41.6. So he will get D grade. So like that this program we can do. Okay, then next topic is nested if statement. Okay, nested if statement means, so nested if means having one if in another if or else. Okay, one if statement in another if or else part is known as nested if. Suppose here we have if condition. Okay, if condition, then here we can have one more if, another condition, condition 2. Okay, then we can write else also if we want. SOP high. Then else part. So what we want to do, we opened the brace for, here we can add one more, SOP hello. Okay, so see the brace of this if we are going to close here. Okay, closed. Then next else of this if. So we are not writing any condition with the else. So here we can type SOP welcome. See, this is how we are making nested if statement. See, one if else statement in another if. So this one is known as inner if and this one is known as outer if. Okay, similarly else. If you are writing, we can also write the same condition, means this same condition, same statement in else also. Instead of SOP we can write the same in else also. Okay, so this is known as nested if statement. So students, this is program 9.12. So in this program we will check the entered number is positive, negative or 0. How can we check? The positive number will be greater than 0, from 0 then up to any number. So that is positive number. Negative number means the number which is less than 0, means -1, -2, -3 and going on. Then one more condition, 0. Okay, so these are the 3 conditions we need to check. So in this program there will be only one input, which is n. Suppose if you are giving -3 to the variable n, -3 is less than 0 as we know. So then checking each condition one by one, n greater than 0, -3 greater than 0. So condition false. 11th line skipping, executing else part. Else part contains here one more if else. So we can see how this will work. So executing 15th line, n less than 0. So -3 is less than 0, that is true. So we can execute body of the inner if. So what it will print is, it will print you entered a negative number, isn't it? Then else part will skipped. When the value of n is 0, we given 0 value, so 0 greater than 0 false. So this statement will not be printed. Then else part will work. Then checking one more condition, 0 less than 0. So that is also false. So this statement 17th line will be skipped. Then executing else part. What is in else part? SOP you entered 0. Okay, like that this program will work. So students, So here we can see here we are going to run this program. We are giving a negative number first, minus 9. Okay, definitely minus 9 is less than 0. Okay, so entered a negative number, then we can enter 0. Okay, so you entered 0, then we can enter a minus value, sorry, plus value 5. So you entered a positive number. So like that this condition will be executed. This program will be executed. So students, I hope you could understand this program. Thank you.